Hello everyone. Yes, today I didn't prepare anything. I'm busy with my other works. Anyhow, let's start. Yesterday I mentioned that today we'll be discussing about I'm not here to prep slide, so just image. Still, slide is undergoing on. So today we are going to discuss about how to write a script, like a script demo. I'll be showing now. Also, I'll discuss about how to contribute and how to learn Python on your own. So let me start with a question. Everyone might have, most of the participants, you might have received email or through WhatsApp for the registration. In registration, I have asked a few questions like your name, email, organization, and which course would you like to attend, like a Python 5 hours, CDAT and IRS 5 hours. And I have received responses till 149. Afterwards, I just stopped the responses. And I have few summaries. This is Google form. Like all 149 names are there. Like in terms of questions, like I can go to, like, if I want to know what is the organization, like from NCMRWF 36 response and IIT Delhi 13 response and IIT same IIT Delhi but a different characters in terms of strings 8 response, and HPE similarly IIT Delhi 7 response, and NCMRWF where N is a capital, others are small characters, that's 6 response, and students 5. And somebody mentioned like Indian Technology Delhi 2 response, and Indian Tropical Meteorology 2 response. IIT where I is the capital and the rest are small character. Likewise, we have received so many responses. So let's frame the question. Like if suppose my head is asking, like I have used paid version of Zoom and free version of YouTube classes to take this 10 days classes, and I'm sure he will ask, tell me how many people are registered from NCMRWF, or how many of them from IITM, or how many of them from IIT Delhi, or rest of the institute. Like a few people even from Nigerian Meteorological Agency. So I can't go through this individually and then make like a count, or I have to note down in paper. So this is today's job. So what we are going to do, I have response. This response I received in the Google Sheet. Here I just deleted the email column of your email column, not visible to the YouTube or even the Zoom people. So just the name and organization are visible here, and the response through like either Python or Python and CDAT both. So we can see like 140, like 149 responses are there. I already mentioned, like even just if you take only NCMRWF, like a different character people used to write, like NCMRWF, see it here, FMS and NCMRWF, see this kind of character. So we can't go with the like a manual work just to get how many people from NCMRWF or how many of them from IIT Delhi or other group. So we are going to write, I'm going to write a script to sort out this and to group together, like only listing out the individual organization people. I want to display the names of the participant of individual groups. So through Python program, I'm going to do this. So let me download this as a CSV file. comma separated value. So in day 5, I have downloaded this. And day so in day 5, so this is CSV file. Let me open it to Atom. I think, yeah. So this is the response which I downloaded in terms of CSV file. So everything is a comma separated value. That's what we used to call CSV. So first line is like timestamp, name, email. That's a make sure that I downloaded correct one. Yeah, correct. Okay, so it starts with this timestamp and name, empty one, then like institute, say institute. So I'm going to grab the third column. 0th is the timestamp and first is the name, and second is that email ID which I deleted. So it's coming with the empty column, and then institute name like this, NCMRWF. So I'm going to grep or yes. So I'm going to write a script for this. Sometimes my system makes trouble because I'm sharing both Zoom and YouTube together. Open. Yeah, it's open. I'm importing whatever stuff I wanted. I'll be using this. Only OS is sufficient. Let me open it. So I'm just copying the file name. stored it. I'm going to get all the lines within the program. Sorry, within the CSV file, whatever it is there. I'm just storing the lines. What I'm going to do, get a line. I got all the lines, so I'm reading in the lines. Like I'm just opening and then open.read lines, which will produce the. It will read all the lines into list. Then I'm going to go through the list. There I'm going to split the line. Store it and just store the lines. Then I'm looping it here. I'm keeping it. So once I split into comma, then this will be another response. It will produce another set of lines. Like it will be multiple list. Sorry. So once I have done this, then I can go with the first name would be like timestamp that I'm omitting. The next is the name, and third is the email, which also I'm omitting. Then institute. This I want to collect it. That's more simple way so that you people understand it. The first one is like here. First one is date stamp, second is name. So this is the second. Then institute. 0, 1, and 2 is email, which I already deleted, and then this third is the institute. So I have already collected the details. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write down this into one dictionary. So you can initialize the dictionary with the empty parenthesis. This will become empty dictionary. So in institute, we have seen like a different names. So how I'm going to sort out, the first thing I'm going to make it as upper one. So the smaller also will merge with the upper one. I can assign a institute to the dictionary. Then I can add much time to teach you more functionality in dictionary, but you can explore yourself. So what I'm doing it here, if this key is not in this dictionary, right now dictionary is empty, my dictionary is empty. So if this key is not in institute, then I'm adding this key, then I'm adding with the empty list. Then I'm adding the name. I'm appending this name to the empty list. I can print only the keys also. Let me see that this program is working or not. Oh, great, it works. So we can see that you can count the length of dictionary also. It's 58 institute registered. I hope some of them duplicate. Still, we are going to merge it, remove the duplicates. Like one NCMRWF here, and again it is become NCM. Like some people made some mistake, NCMWF, and it has become with one single quote also. So what can we do? This, yeah. So this institute, so I have names. Suppose institute. If this institute contains character NCM, let's start with NCM. Then replace this with NCMRWF. You can go with an multiple. Let me check this whether it works or not. So it didn't work. I can use starts with. It is now it's reduced to 50 from 58 to 56. It has reduced, which means 2 duplicates have been removed. But still, this one duplication is there. Somehow it returns with starts with double character. Some error like yeah, I use here made more. So now it becomes 55. So then finally I'm going to merge with this one, National Center for Medium Range. I just mentioned with the national also. Now it became 52. Then other common or IIT Delhi, so that also will fix it. Then with that we can freeze this work. We can write ls. Now it has become 50. Then I, in the Institute of Tropic Meteorology, also have duplicate, and somebody has still, yeah, in the Institute of Technology Delhi also there. So this also we can fix it. Similar to this, there is something called ends with also. So that also we can use it. Okay, we can do the reverse search also, like if Delhi Institute. Now it has become 47. Yes. Then this also I'll finish it. NCMRWF, one more duplicate is there. Instead of like this, then I can write two line also. Like I can put or condition also. And Python we do have uncondition or condition. Now it become 44. So finally one IATM and metrology also merge with that. With that we can freeze it. Charge. So far we have 44. this is not used. Instead, now it become 42. So I think there are no more duplicates available. So in the registration, we can see that. Sorry. We can see that there are 42 different institutes are registered for these live demo classes. So now I'm going to store individually the names or participants of their names with respect to their institute. I'm going down into separate files. I'm just accessing to institute. I'm right now. This is institute. This mydic.institute. Yeah, I can do institute and we can use the dictionary items that return both key and its value. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open new file with institute. This institute name having some spaces also. That spaces I'm going to replace with the hyphen. Single space being replaced with hyphen. Also, then I'm going to write down into txt file. Happened in the txt file. I'm opening write mode. I'm just look through the names and write down the name. First, I'm just adding the new line. So all the names will be with the new line. Will be added with the new line character. this demo5 folder, it contains only demo.py, which we are writing currently, and then this CSV file. I'm going to execute this program again. Oh. Yes, it is written many institute, but somebody mentioned NA institute. In file we can't write dash. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace that. So I'm getting trouble in accessing my editor because of Zoom share and YouTube share. Just wait a few minutes. So, yeah, here. This all I just replaced. Now everything is written. Like it shows that this file being written, these files, like I starts with IIT Bhubaneswar.txt. So one person from IIT Bhubaneswar, and HP2. So we can see that Guru Nanak from one Cray, one home on Cray. See this in day 5, we can see that these many files are just created right now. So this fellow from, so I'm just not exposing much of the privacy. I'll just go with our institute, like NCMRWF. Like we can see that 55 people registered from NCMRWF. So good to see. And rest of them from other institute. Say for NCOIS, one scientist from NCMRWF 55 and NSS. So likewise from Nigerian we have one. Yeah. So I'll just going to remove. I'm just deleting these txt files. Again, I will just run it for confusion. So there are 42 different institutes registered for this Python live course. You can get the rounds, how many people are registered. So from IIT Delhi 36. I'm missing. Yeah, then NCMRWF 55. So if you want to just print the institute name with the descending order, for that also you can write. So once we have generated the dictionary, then you can do whatever operation you want to do. So far in this program, I'll just little go through that. I'm not no longer I'm going to write the extra program in this. So let me just explain it. So first here I'm opening the CSV file, the first like line number 3 of I didn't use this so far, this important system. But suppose if you want to open the CSV file from other location, then we have to use this OS command, os.path.join or locate to locate the absolute path of the CSV file. Then here just opening, and then immediately I'm just reading it, relines. So this is returning all the CSV lines into this lines object. So then what I'm doing, I'm each line containing a comma separated value that I'm splitting. This yesterday or day before yesterday I showed you how to write a single line for loop. So using the for loop, I'm just making a list. These individual line are splitted by the comma separated. So this is returning yet another list. So it's containing multiple list of list. This line one. Then I'm initializing with my dictionary. Just a dictionary. I'm initializing with the empty parentheses. Then I'm loop throughing with the lines, line 1, which contain list of list. That individual list having multiple elements. So through index I'm accessing. The first one is name, then third index is institute. I'm just making upper to reduce duplicate, but still we have identified few duplicates that's can be sorted out through manual. So using our own identification, I just kept this. If institute start with any one of these, then I will go inside this condition statement. Or if NCMRWF inside institute, so in any case it will be assigned just institute. Similarly for like ITDLE or multiple choice, similar to the same institute being assigned to the same single institute. If suppose institute ends with IITM or metrology in the Institute of Metrology, so that being assigned to IITM. So finally what I'm doing it here, if institute, that keyword not in my dictionary, then I'm assigning dictionary, that key into the dictionary with the assignment of just empty list. So once it is done, so what I'm doing it here, my dictionary of institute key, that's my dictionary, the key is the institute that I'm assigning it here, and just appending. So this list will be keep on expanding with the name. So whoever belongs to this particular institute, that name will be expanded or appended. So that we have seen my dictionary being generated. So once it is generated, again what I'm going to do here, just for institute names. This could be like any variable name in my dictionary items. So you can access this my dictionary my dictionary mydic.keys. That's a function that will return only a list of keys. Similarly, values is there. It will just return values. Instead of that, I'm just iterating it both keys and value. So introduce key and names is the value. So here what I'm doing, just I'm replacing that institute. It's a string with the empty spaces. Empty spaces are being replaced with hyphen. Then I'm just adding .txt. Again, later we found one of the institute having slash, so I'm just slash also being replaced with the hyphen. And finally, I'm just opening just one object, just OIF is equal to open or file with the institute name, and then opening the write mode. Then what I'm doing here for name in names. This names is here, which containing the list of names belongs to particular institute. I'm writing down their name, then plus the new line. If we are not appending new line, everything will become in a single line. So that's hard to read in the text file. So this will be written all the names into particular all the names of a particular institute be written into this institute file name institute.txt. Finally, I'm closing it here. Just printing here return institute that this file name will be returned, and then also I'm just counting like a length of names. This is what we have seen here. How many people are this? Further you can we can enhance in terms like appending or like listing out incremental order or descending order, which institute registered more people. So in this similar way only I have I wrote the script to send email. So even today also you might have received the email. Those who received the email, that's I sent through the program, through the Python program. So I just used to define the subject and body, then mail body, and then sending in individual mails, reading those mail from this CSV file, composing mail, sending mail to individually through them. So let me go and it's already 4:50. I just want to conclude today's session. Just download my presentations. Just give me some time. Yes, day 5. So I have 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, I will complete the classes. Somebody asked how to make classes. Class also it's very easy. You can just define class and class name. The class name start with the capital letter. The first character must be capital. And once you define the class, and within the class you can define the methods. So here P is the object. Object is equal to the class name. So using this P, like here we are defining the methods, class and methods. Self is the first argument. It's a mandatory. Then here I'm just creating P object. P is equal to person. Then P dot say hi. So like this we can access the methods. So this is a small introduction about the class and objects. We will conduct one more session for the class, detailed class. We will intimate you. So now I'm skipping the class. I'll just go through the remaining slides with the shorts. What all things can be done using Python? We can do database integration, like we can connect to the database, like what are the database like PostgreSQL or MySQL, whatever SQL you have, we can connect through Python. We can write queries, database queries in Python itself. This is just another demo. And how to learn it? As we already shown that interactive Python, instance response, learn as you type. You have to type it so that you can learn by yourself in these shells. We can use BPython or IPython. shells, and Python can communicate with other languages. So C plus Python, can you guess what could be the name? Python. So there is a library called Python. You can interact between Python and C programming language. Yes, Java plus Python, Python. So you can install that Python, and if you know Java and if you want to utilize Java with the Python, you can go with that. Similarly, for Fortran also there is something called F2Py, and for our language also there R2Py. So you can install those packages and you can access our Fortran inside your Python. Moreover, we can create a graphical user interface with Python. These are all few packages: Qt, GTK, WX Python. With these three, you can create like a WX Python is a cross-platform GUI library. You can create a GUI, GUI programming. Once you created, that will be cross-platform across any platform like Mac, Linux, Windows, Android. You can install it, and that will be executed the graphical interface. And yet another libraries are there. Like with this combination Glade, Python, GTK, you can easily create. This is the Glade template where you can drag and drop your GUI template, and backend you can write the script that will produce this kind of GUI programming. Also, web development is there in Python. This is Django framework. There are multiple framework. One of them is the Django. And those who know that NCMRWF recently released the website for the data access that is designed in Django. And further, if you want to learn, you can go to the website python.org. You will get more details about the current Python versions. There are books on Python. If you want to learn physical books like paper book, you can go with this, beginning with Python, programming with Python, dive into Python. Dive into Python is very much more detailed, and all these books are available in internet free of cost. PDF would be there, you can download and you can exercise yourself. And if you have any questions, you can come to that place right now, and anytime you can write your questions to us. You know our mail IDs. Let me go to question session. So please come down to question session. It seems nobody have any doubt. So I think today class nobody understands, so that's why nobody asking questions. It's fine. So in the question session, I already mentioned the day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 presentation links, and today's also will be uploaded. And yesterday somebody asked like this source code should be available in GitHub or not. We already pushed till yesterday's source code into the GitHub. The link also we have given. question open. Also, we made some feedback form. So kindly go through the feedback form and give feedback so that the upcoming session will be improved in terms of our speaking style or the volume or the setup style. Let me reload once again. Check. I told ask questions in the many times I told ask questions in this forum, not in the chat. Let me open somebody ask questions in the chat. Many people asked questions in this forum. Zoom on. Oh, somebody mentioned not audible. Okay, fine then. Okay, somebody asked, I'm getting confused. What if we have large data set? Is there a way to extract all repeated strings order then visual check? Yes, we can use set command to avoid the duplicates. So if I have used set command, it will reduce the duplicates. But the thing is, if we have proper duplicates, then it's easy. Just uppercase, lowercase, then easily we can identify. But if somebody return like in NCMRWF, some of them return National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting. So this kind of abbreviation that we have to do it manually. At least we should write the program to tell that these are all coming under both common institute. This contain, don't we have contain function instead of start with ends with? That's what I wrote it in function. Like this in Delhi in institute. So this is what similar question which you asked. Yes, NCMWF. That is there. Only NCMRWF is there. NCM because we made it the NCM start with NCM, then that also will be treated as NCMRWF. Yeah, somebody mentioned that the PyGrads is there, Py3 grads and PyGrads is there. Those who wish to use grads in Python, you can use it. So add Mozilla not work means you have to reload it. So already it's 5. So again, I'll share the feedback form. Feedback form I already listed in the YouTube stream as of now. Also here in the pad.mozilla, here also I mentioned feedback form. So kindly give feedback. So that will give encourage to Mrs. Mahalakshmi. So she'll be interested to get more feedback. So the next classes also she will take. So it's a 5. I hope all of you enjoyed the Python session. So I'm expecting more Python programmers among these live classes, whoever watching in YouTube or later on watching the YouTube recorded videos, as well as the Zoom participants. I mentioned that how to contribute. I forget to mention that. So whatever code we have written yesterday's and day before yesterday's, here we have uploaded in GitHub. GitHub is the platform where you can share your source code. One of the platform is the GitHub. Git is the command used to for like using Git, you can do the version control. Like a subversion is there, similar to that Git is there. That's the version control. Using the version control tool, that's called GitHub. It is launched and maintained by the Linus Torvalds, who is the inventor of Linux. So here you can come and create your own account. Then you can create repository, code repository, where you can upload only the code, not the output. Text files, you can upload it. Here we mentioned day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, where you can go and get the source code. We didn't rename anything, so whatever the source code we made it and recorded in YouTube, the same thing we coded. So this way also you can contribute back to the community. Suppose if you are system admin or if you are a scientist, you might be doing some problem solving using Python code. That code also you can contribute back to the community. This everything we hosted in the open license. So similar way you can do it. Let me open mine. So contribution is most important. If you are not contributing back, then it will not grow. So somebody might, many people are contributed back to the Python. That's why the Python is sustaining so far, and in all the field it is being utilized. So here also I used to do many contribution. Like you no need to go to some community and then do the contribution. You can take your own problem and solve it. That solution you can put it in your own repository. So somebody might be coming through that and they utilize it. Like I have some 46 repos. So that everything is there. You can go through it and you can fork down others repository also. You can fork down in your GitHub and watch it. So contribution is most essential. We should not be just seeker of somebody else's time, and we should give back. Like we should be a giver. So write down whatever the source code you are writing, whatever solution you are making yourself, that make it as a public, so others will not do the reinventing the wheel. We no need to waste our time as well as our time. So whatever you are making your own solution, give it back. If you are more encouraged to do in terms of contribution, like you can go to any repository, the existing repository. Like this is one of the existing repository, which I'll be talking tomorrow onwards. CDAT. Climate data analysis tool. So you can take that kind of repository and then you can do your own contribution, and they will be accepting some of the. So this is the that CDAT climate data analysis tool. From tomorrow onwards, I'll be discussing about more detail about this. So I also contributed to this one, few of them. So similarly, other institutes are there, like our own institute, NCMRWF. Here we will have few of the repositories. So we are welcoming you to contribute back whatever solutions you are making for your own HS. So kindly give feedback here. I already mentioned the links in the YouTube channel as well as here. Once again, just sharing this in the chat. I once again thank for today's session. Last 5 days, a Python session has gone viral in YouTube. There are more than 700 views for the first day, but second day onwards it's reduced, but it's okay. And tomorrow again, once again, we will meet. We'll learn about climate data analysis tool. And if those who are watching in YouTube, please subscribe channel so that you'll get a notification for the future classes, the live streams. Thank you.